Hey guys, this is my run on Defy Defy Stage 7 in DFFOO Global. This run is fairly straightforward because it obviously features Astos who I've been saving for the final stage in the Defy Defy series. Speaking of which, I will also include the playlist to all 7 stages in the video description, so if you want to see how I did on the other stages, feel free to click on the link in the description. With Astos, you can really easily kill the boss in one BT mode, so the other two allies don't really matter too much. For the Defy Defy series, I would of course recommend allies that are in synergy boost, so that you can start the fight with a higher force gauge and make it easier for you to win the force gauge race, because the force attack from the boss can be potentially deadly. And you obviously also want at least one of the other two characters who can help you charge the force gauge. For this reason, I decided to go with both Rosa and Aerith. But if you don't have either or both of them, doesn't really matter too much. Likewise, if you don't have their BT weapons, it also probably doesn't matter too much as well. Though I would at least recommend trying to get at least the force echoes so that you can help Astos build a sizable force gauge before he enters into BT mode. One last thing while I'm setting up as well, I do have the blue crystal U2 and the black crystal U2 passives equipped on this fight. If you don't have it, don't worry about it, you can still easily do the same run. If you don't have the blue crystal U2, all you have to do is just use BT plus to end Rosa's turn, or if you don't have BT plus, you don't really need it as well for this stage. For Astos, the Black Crystal U2 actually doesn't matter because he will be buffed with Quick Prayer from this Lunafreya call anyway, so regardless if you have the U2 passive equipped or not, he will still get 2 consecutive turns. Because of this, the party setup is very important. You want the Lunafreya caller to be in party slot 3, and you want the other 2 party members to be in party slot 1 and 2. Lastly, with regards to the setup, the only one thing that you should account for is the HP poison on this fight, where you will get 20% HP damage every time you take a turn, and this will contribute to the mission requirement HP damage as well. So the easiest way to counteract this is to use some sort of call ability that can provide the party with HP regen. Alternatively, if you don't have it, another easy way to deal with this is to simply use the Alexander summon, because Alexander summon gives you HP regen when you drop to 80% health. Astos will get his turn when you're at 100% force gauge. Here just use double range call, both to charge the summon meter as well as to line up the party turn order to whatever one that you want. If you look at the party turn order, when I use the range call, Astos' turn gets pushed back a little bit. This happens because I did remove the buff speed up passive from Astos, and when the character who used the range call has speed passives removed, you will sometimes see this effect happening where the range call will so-called rearrange the turn order for the other 2 party members, and you don't get 1-to-1-to-1 turn order anymore. This is actually pretty good for this situation because it gives you more turns to build a force gauge before Astos enters BT mode. I popped summon here mainly to keep the turn count low. It is actually pretty optional, you don't have to pop summon if you don't want to. Here I only use one Echoes with Aerith. Why not use both? The simple reason is just turn count. You don't need the second Echoes because Astos does way too much damage anyway. And if you use a second Echoes here, you will need to take one extra turn after summon mode. I did do this Defy Defy run before I even unlocked the Shinryu stage in the main campaign, so there will be another run that I will do, and for that run I will likely use Rosa as the main DPS since I did pull for her gear, and I did actually have to PT for Rosa's PT, so I sure as hell will plan to somehow use her for her stage. Now that setup has been done, Astos simply enters BT mode. There are 6 turns of force time remaining, which is just nice because you don't really need the BT finisher to be boosted anyway. Boss will die before that point. The turn order, or I guess I should say the attack order for Astos in his BT mode is actually different from a conventional BT mode. Typically you'd normally want to save the FR attack and the LD attack for the last 2 attacks because for most characters those will be the hardest hitting attacks. For Astos it's actually the other way around because the S1, S2 makes more use of his dark matter, and that attack of making use of the dark matter ignores the HP damage cap, so it will typically do more damage than the FR or the LD. Also, I just got hit by the Flare Star attack, and a bit of description on that. The boss will use that attack 3 times throughout the fight, and as you can see it will trigger even if you are in summon or PT mode. One thing to note is that that attack will never be able to kill you. It does 90% of your health in damage. Also, the damage taken from Flare Star does not, I repeat, does not count towards the mission requirement. So even if this attack drops you to 1 HP, you don't actually lose that HP for the mission requirement. So for that reason, you do not actually have to heal through the damage taken from Flare Star. In some ways, the Flare Star attack actually helps you, because if that attack brings you to very low HP, that means that HP poison, which also cannot kill you, will not be actually able to take away your HP because there is no HP to take away by that point. Anyway, boss is already dead actually, but I still have one more S1 to go, and yes, that attack just did 100 million, so this last S1 will actually do even more than that considering that I'm at higher force percentage. The boss has 350 million HP in total, which means that each of Astos S1 does roughly a third of the boss's HP. 114 million. you know that the character is really overpowered when one BT mode does way more damage than all of the boss's health combined. Anyway, that's it for this fight. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoyed the content, do leave a like, comment and subscribe because it really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!